All right, hello everybody, and welcome to this week's Agent Mastermind Tuesday strategy class with Mr. Scott Hudspeth. Scotty, how goes it today in beautiful Michigan?
Oh my God! You know, Paul, it's actually a really beautiful day here. So I'm going to be opening up my window, having a little walk outside after class, and just I don't know. Michigan this time of year is kind of cool because the leaves start to change and the temperature drops a little bit. The fire is really comfortable having the fire, so I'm enjoying myself right now.
Well, we only have 2 seasons down here in Florida, and we are still in the hot one.
Still, you have 1 season, man. It's hot. All right. So I don't know if you guys seen the invite or how you got here, but guys, this is a big problem I think for a lot of people, and I want to help you try to free up some time, show you some really cool tricks that I've used in my business to help me keep track of it and get out of my inbox and not use it as a task list. And I think a lot of people do. And one of the emails or posts that I seen, one of the guys says, "Man, I don't know how to start over or delete all the emails that I have," and that's the hardest part. And the cool part about Gmail is you don't have to actually delete it. You don't have to delete your emails. You just put them in archive. They never go away. Gmail gives you 7 gig of storage. So I'm going to ask, and I'm going to see who's going to take the challenge to start fresh with a 0 inbox at the end of this call. It's always fun to see who does it and who says they do it. And I know there's going to be a little bit of mini heart attacks, panic attacks.
I can see hands shaking as they're wanting to click yes, I'm in. I can see shaking hands and a little bit of fear. I can feel the tangible fear right now. So set us at ease, Scotty.
That's right. So here's what I want to start with, and I always test my daughter on this because I learned this a long time ago. It doesn't work. So multitasking, it does not work. You can't physically, mentally do it effectively. Okay. It does make you feel better by when I interview somebody for a new job or whatever, I'm really good at multitasking. I'm like, no, it's not possible, right? Myth or not, it makes us feel more productive, right? I'm doing 2, 3, 4 things at once. We can actually get more stuff done at the same time. Well, here's the best line that I seem to explain it. There's no such thing as multitasking, just task switching, or at best, background tasking, in which one activity consumes our attention while we're mindlessly performing another.
What that means to me, Scotty, that whole sentence that you just read, multitasking equals not focused. That's right. What I get out of that sentence right there is multitasking equals not focused.
Correct. When you're on the phone, and I know everybody on this call has done this, when you're on the phone with somebody, tell me that you're not reading your emails, checking your Facebook status, all that stuff. So you're not physically in the moment on the phone call. You're doing something else. And how many times do you hear you're talking to somebody and they're typing in the background? Mm-hmm. That's called multitasking. What really you're doing is you're just called task switching. You're just switching what you feel is more important than what you're really doing. So it just doesn't work. So try to remove yourself from that situation. Be in the moment, especially when you're with your family or whatever moment it is. Be there, not just there. Does that make sense? Okay. I want to start with something I think is really important, and the reason I like to free up 30 minutes of the time because, guys, we can't get it back. Every morning you are handed 24 golden hours. They are one of few things in this world that you get for free of charge. If you had all the money in the world, you can't buy more hours in a day. What will you do with the priceless treasure that we get every single day? So if I can free it up so you can spend 30 more minutes with a friend, 30 more minutes with a family, 30 more minutes with a business associate or a client or something that's in the moment, that's going to be money-making activity that's going to help you grow your business and have a better life, right? I'm real big on this. So I found this cute little thing, Paul. It said, should I check my email? Have you checked it in the last 3 minutes? Yes. Did someone tell you that they sent you a really important email? Right? So how many times you pick up the phone, hey, dude, I just sent you a really important email. Go ahead and check it, please. Right? It just doesn't happen, right? If the building's on fire, they're going to call you. They're not going to email you and go, hey, Paul, just want to let you know your building's on fire, right? It's not going to happen. They're going to pick up the phone and go, Paul, dude, get out of the building. It's on fire, right? If it's no, are you with your family? If you're with your family, then just spend time with your family. Your email's going to be there. It's okay. Most people, if they send an email, don't expect a 30-second response. They don't expect you to call them. So it's okay. Nothing bad's going to happen, all right? Challenge for you. right now, right here, focus on this presentation and bear with me because I'm going to show you a couple things that every time I share this with somebody, they go, oh my God, that makes it so easy. All right, so focus, stop doing what you're doing. I challenge you to turn off your phones, close down one of your other screens or 2 or 3 or 4 of your other screens, however many screens you have up right now, and only focus on one thing at a time and give yourself time to limit per day, then move on to the next thing. So right now, I'm asking just pay attention because I'm going to show you some cool stuff. So challenge, only check your email 2 times a day. Okay, I know it sounds crazy. It's a huge bad habit to break. It's hard to do it. But I'm telling you, if you let it go and really truly focus on doing it and just fight yourself on it, it's amazing how I don't know, it's just a cool feeling to not be in there and check it. So bigger challenge for you is to someday delegate your inbox. And I'm going to show you a couple ways to do that right now, and we're going to talk about that. But find a way to delegate your inbox and only get the emails that are really good emails, right? Maybe sales contracts, maybe accepted offers. How cool would it be if all you got were 2, 3, 4 emails a day and they were accepted offers, whatever it was you were working on that was money-making activity for you, and somebody else handled all of the rest? How much time would that be each and every day that you would have to find something to do, right? Paul and I were talking before we started this class, and he says, I wonder what it is that, what's the first thing everybody does first thing in the morning? Their phone's sitting right next to their bed. They pop it open, the light, because it's dark in the room, blast them, with like, oh my God, I can't see it. And then you turn down that little, I've been there, done that, guys. I've been there, done that. Did it this morning, as a matter of fact. I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of a freak about what's going on out there. But I'll show you my inbox. There's hardly anything there. The emails I get are from people that I like to hang with, like-minded people. So I like to hang with them. So they're not just crap coming in, junk mail coming in, spam coming in. I've removed all that from my inbox, okay? All right, 10 reasons to use Gmail, less spam. I'm going to show you how to get rid of 100% of it. The search function is just phenomenal. It's the algorithm of Google. So if you go to Google and search, same thing inside your Gmail, same algorithm.
I learned today, Scotty, I learned today that on the search, it actually does also incorporate any of the search cheats. Like for those of you who know, when you put an asterisk in before your search term, that asterisk is like a wild card. So you can put in asterisk at themarketinganimals.com, and every email that ever came from that, or asterisk at Gmail, if you're looking for a specific email and you can't remember who the sender is, you can do wildcards, or you can do quotes. Absolutely. So you only see specific emails from that one person or that contain that one specific word. So it really is a robust search. And you know what I also found?
It's huge.
Even if you delete, your emails are never gone. Your emails are never gone.
Never gone. So built-in chat. Now, I will say you got to be careful with all the stuff that Gmail gives you, because you're just going to find yourself with all this other stuff. If your chat's on, people are going to chat with you, right? When you're doing focused money-making activities, turn everything off. Don't have the chat on. Don't have your Facebook chat on. Don't have all that stuff. Just turn it off. Really easily to use on any mobile device. Lots of space. 7 gig of storage. Guys, it's $5 for 20 gig, and that adds to your 7. So it's 27 gig of storage for $5 a year. Not $5 a month, $5 a year, okay? Call phones, you can call, I don't know, we won't focus today on Google Voice and all that stuff, but you can get a Google Voice number, which is amazing. You get priority inbox. I don't focus too much on this, and I'm going to show you how to make sure you're not losing emails by that. It's 100% secure as far as I know. I guess if somebody wants to hack your email, they're going to find a way to do it, because if they can hack Sony and all that other stuff, if they want you, they'll get you, right? And it's free. There's no cost. There's nothing to spend on Gmail. So why Gmail? I just threw a couple things together that I thought were the most important. Here's the number uno for me. Unless you turn this off, and it's the default is to have it automatically on. Every time you send an email or somebody sends you an email and you respond back to them, it automatically puts them in your contacts. Okay.
In short, anytime anytime it sees a new email address, whether you're sending to a new email address or receiving from a new email address, it's added to your contacts. It's not added to any group specifically, but it's in your contacts. Correct. So you're building your database every time you get an email.
Every time you send or receive. So the cool part about that is when I talk with an agent, and I did this yesterday. I'm like, how many people in your database? So like, I don't have one. Well, let's go to your inbox. And if you're using Gmail, I've had agents pull up 700 people that in their database in contacts. You'd be surprised how many, and I think Outlook does that now too. So if you think you don't have, go look in your contacts to see how many are actually in there, and then start building that database from there. So filters, so you can delegate 99% of your inbox. For example, if you want to automatically forward, if I know I'm getting an email and it's a sales contract, and once the sales contract's in, I'm really out of the loop, and my assistant or my partner is going to take care of that stuff, I can automatically forward emails from whoever that's going to come from. And like for voicemails or emails or something like that, I can automatically get them out of my inbox, so I know they're taken care of from my assistant. I'm on doing money-making activities, or she forwards them back saying, hey, you have to take care of this one, but they're out of there, right? Filters to remove the garbage, spam, delegate. It's free. Documents are in the clouds. We won't focus today on documents, but this is a big one. Like Paul said, you never lose your – Paul, I had, I think, 300,000 emails. It's kind of funny. Tons of storage. Can archive old emails, use Gmail for marketing. You can set up an autoresponder. You know how you a lot of emails I get when I send out emails I get on vacation? Well, why not use it for automation? Why not send them? Maybe you have a free homebuyer book and you want to give it away and you want to make it part of your website. And so if you email me at homebuyerbook@gmail.com, you're going to get back a homebuyer book. All right?
Or kind of going back to that listing lead generator thing, when somebody pings
Absolutely.
that form or puts their information, you have an automated email back saying, hey, thanks for checking out, thanks for the information. We're busy working on getting your numbers together for your home. We'll call you shortly.
Correct. Same search function as Google. We talked about that. Multiple emails. I'm going to share that with you. Canned responses. Say you're seeing this. Say you want to set up like, okay, when, you have a checklist, and when you get a new buyer that calls in, you do this, 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 and this, and one of them's an email that goes out, and it's pretty much the same one except for the name. So you can do a canned responses inside Gmail to allow you to just really quickly, instead of type the whole thing, you just click the little drop-down box under canned response, and boom, there it is. You can send the same email and just put in the name if you want to. You can put you can put 3-page emails in there if you want to. So just know that that's automated. So once if you find yourself sending this, God, it's like, man, I've typed this email 6,000 times. Make it a canned response one time. Click the drop-down box. It automatically populates it into the email, and you're done. So some pretty cool stuff. It does a lot more, but those are the top ones that I think are most important. Safety first. Forget to sign out. This is pretty cool. So say you log in at the bank, or you log in at your friend's house into Gmail, and you're like, crap, I forgot to log out, or wonder if I did or didn't. You can go in, and at the bottom it says, this account is open in one other location. Last activity 5 hours ago. Details. You click on details. It allows you to log out of all sessions of Gmail. So kind of a nice safety feature there in case you did stay logged in at somebody else's computer, or you lose your iPad and somebody grabs your iPod, and it's automatically they click Gmail or your Outlook, and all of a sudden all your emails are there. Well, you can go in here, of course, close out of all sessions, and then quickly change your password, which would keep them from getting anything else if they have your iPad or iPhone or something like that. So just want to share the safety is pretty cool in that respect. It's really quick to do that, and it's always just sitting at the bottom of your inbox, all right? So if you don't have Gmail, you probably need to get one, and I would assume most people, man, we got a big class today, Paul, so most people probably on the call have Gmail or have signed up for one, might not know your login and password because you haven't used it in a while. It's pretty easy to find, but this is really quick, just how to log in, create an account, or you just log in. So you create an account here, go to google.com, click email, and it lets you create or log in. You're going to choose an email address, and then, of course, fill out a couple things, and then you got to solve this little puzzle, which is always fun, kind of difficult sometimes. And if you click this little, I think it's right here, that you can actually change it if it's too hard. You can click that, and it'll change that for you. It was just too difficult to figure out. So you get a little introduction email, show my account, you go there, and boom, you're done. So here's 3 things that I'm going to talk about, really 2. I'm going to talk about the 2 folders that I'm going to show you how to set up and how to use your email, whether it's Outlook, Gmail, whatever, that I found allows me to quickly get in, quickly get out, but still keep track of what's going on with people I'm communicating with, okay? So I have a reply label, I have a waiting label, and I have all mail. All mail is just everything that comes in, spam, filtered, everything, okay? So you have 3 folders. All right, so let me explain each one, and then at the end of this whole thing, we'll take questions. I'm going to show you some other cool stuff that you can use the Gmail to connect and engage with other people that you didn't know you were connected with, or maybe you're connected on one social media site and you're connected on another. So let's start with reply. So reply waiting, okay? So you got waiting, right? And you got reply. These are the only two labels. Now I have voicemail there just because I use Google Voice. We won't focus on that today. We're just going to focus on these two, reply and waiting, all right? So here's what it looks like now, and I'm going to show you how to set up the settings. So you go to the little gear in the top right. Everybody has that. And you're going to click on the Settings tab. Now, I'm going to give you a copy of this PowerPoint so you can follow it step by step. Just get with the loan professional that sent you here. If I'm your loan professional, then, of course, get with me, and we'll take care of that. So click here, Settings, Labels, all right? And you're going to create a new label. And one of the labels is going to be Reply. And you're going to click Create. And one of the labels is going to be Waiting. Click Create. And I'll explain what these mean here in a second. I think they'll make a ton of sense, and I think you'll appreciate it. All right? So when you have these labels and you have reply and waiting, you're going to want to click on this little arrow button that comes up, and you're going to want them to show. Now, I like to show them all the time just so I can really quickly get to them and slide them over to whatever email I want, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But you want to click on the little arrow, and then click show, so these things stick here and they never leave, no matter if an email's there or new email or not, okay? Pretty simple?
Easy enough so far.
It actually really is simple, and we'll kind of walk you through it. So, all right, so reply label. Here's what the reply label is. Someone is requesting you to do something with or without a deadline. Examples include submitting reports, verifying something, and taking on any new task, okay? Someone is asking you to respond to something, but it requires more deep thought from you to respond. Examples include people asking for an opinion or asking about your availability for an event, showing, weekly report, whatever it is. Your sellers emailing you, your buyers emailing you, something like that. It takes a little bit of work for you to do it. That's going to be your reply label, okay? After you've replied to the emails in this folder, you then move them to the archive folder, okay? So reply is, okay, I need to reply to this person, but I need to do a little homework first, okay? Which is okay. I mean, sometimes you can just go yes, no, maybe, I'll be there, I'm on my way, whatever. But if it requires a little task or a little work on your part that takes more than 2 minutes, our rule is like a 2-minute rule. So if it takes more than 2 minutes, I'm going to put it in reply label so I can burn through my emails really quick, okay? So I'm going to put this reply label here. See this reply label? I'm going to slide it over. I'm going to show you how to use that in just a second. So that's the reply label. I need to reply to somebody, but I need to do it. I need to do a little homework before I reply to them, okay? Waiting label. Typical emails that come in the waiting folder. Tracking codes for like UPS, FedEx packages coming your way. Examples include like when I'm taking a trip. I bought a plane ticket this morning, and I'm going to Florida on Thursday. So I'm going to put in my waiting label, knowing that I'm going to have to pull up that email really quick, and I don't want it to be buried in all the other emails that I get. And so I'm going to put it under waiting so I can really quickly go to my waiting folder and pull up my trip details that I have that I'm going to Florida, so I don't have to search and search and search for them, right?
So waiting would be something that you need to have access to, but it's not something that you can get knocked out or that requires you reply to it. It's not something that requires you do immediate action to it.
Yeah, or actually you've replied to it, but you want to make sure you get the response because it's important.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you delegated a task or are waiting for a response or result. Examples include emails from virtual assistants, employees, and anyone you are waiting for, anybody in your party, anything that you've responded to, but you want to make sure you get a response, because if you don't get a response, then that's going to delay something, right? Or that's going to cause you to miss maybe an important meeting or date or something like that. So, I mean, say if I was emailing Paul and said, hey, Paul, hey, I look forward to meeting you tomorrow at 9, and have a great day. And I just want, maybe at the end of the day, I want to go through my waiting and go, man, I need to confirm that meeting tomorrow morning, or even tomorrow morning, I want to confirm that meeting with him. I would maybe, and I didn't get a response saying, yeah, I'll meet you there at 9, something's wrong, then I maybe got to pick up the phone or something. So it's something you've responded to, but you're waiting for a response. Does that make sense? Real simple. All right. Confirmation from someone. Examples include asking another person if she or she received something from you, like an email, attachment, sales agreement, home inspection. hey, here's a copy of the home inspection. Let me know your thoughts. And if you never get a response, that's kind of weird, right? But if you have a ton of stuff going on, you may forgot that you sent it. So all you do is put the waiting label on it, and now you know that you can go through every single week, go through your waiting labels and go, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, and you delete your waiting folder, and now it's empty again. All right? So it's just organization instead of using it as a task list. All right? So the 2-minute rule. If it can be done in less than 2 minutes, do it now. So if you have 25 emails, and it's going to take you literally 30 seconds to a minute to do it, usually, I say 2 minutes, you literally will be done with your email in a very short period of time. A lot of them are going to be archive, 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 and then I'm going to show you how to put those in spam and still not lose them, but not see them in your inbox so they like grab your attention. We call it squirrel, you know, where it goes, oh crap, that looks exciting, you know, that type of thing, and you pop in, and 5 minutes later you're going, why did I click on this? That, you know, that's what you want to get out of. All right, the value of this rule is that you go through your inbox really fast and initially process only what is necessary. If someone needs a quick response, you've taken care of that. If an email needs more attention, you can work on that later and prioritize which email gets most attention. After your inbox is processed and at GBox 0, you are done. You move on to something else. You move on to whatever else is in your calendar that you're going to work on today, whatever that is, okay? So you check your email, process your inbox. Does it take longer than 2 minutes? Reply folder. Boom. Right? Because it takes me longer than 2 minutes because I got to do a little bit of homework. So I put the reply folder on it and I archive it. I get it out of there. If it doesn't take less than 2 minutes, I reply right away, put email in archive folder, and I process. Right? I archive it to get it out of the way. Okay? People are scared that if you archive something or delete something, it's going to be gone forever. It's never gone. All right? Huge time saver. Like Paul was talking about, if I want to search for every email that comes from Vicki Rice, I just put in her email address at the very top, and it's going to auto-populate if she is in my contacts, and it's going to automatically pull every email that I ever received from Vicki. Okay? Now, it gets a little better than that. I can actually search Vicki Rice, and I can say, I only want to see emails from Vicki Rice with attachments. Okay? And I want date within 1 day. I know that she sent it to me in the last 3 days, so I want the last 3 days, not the last 30 or whatever. So I just usually do 1 day because it's usually the most current when I'm looking for it. But if you need more than 1 day, then of course you change that right there. And then you just click search, and it pulls up every email that she sent me with an attachment from her address. Okay. To create a filter for Vicki, if I want to create a filter setting, I would open up one of Vicki's emails, and there's a little filter setting, and I'll show you where that is. I would click on Create Filter with this search, and I would go, you know what, on Vicki's emails, I want to star it, because it's important. I want to apply a label of importance or whatever, or I want to forward it to my other partner so we're all on the same page with everything that Vicki sends to me. So for every single email that Vicki sends to me, I want to forward a copy of it to every member of the team so we're all on the same page 100% of the time. What do they say about communication? Like when you are so sick and tired of communicating with your team, it might just be enough, right? It's true, too. There's never too much communication. So you also, couple things is like I set filters for stuff I never want to see. So I go skip my inbox, delete it. Skip my inbox, delete it. So if I get emails from all this stuff because I opt into stuff all the time and I go, man, I never want to see an email from them again, I go in there, create a filter with that email address, skip the inbox, delete it. I never, ever see that email. All right? And there's a couple other things you can do here that we won't focus on right now. All right, Gmail filters. Gmail filters allow you to manage the flow of incoming messages using filters. You can automatically label, archive, delete, star, or forward your email, even keep out the spam, all based on combination of keywords, sender, recipients, and more, okay? So that's the cool part, and it's going to take some time for this, guys. It doesn't happen. I mean, you didn't get to where you're at overnight. You didn't get to 3,000 emails overnight. So what I would do is right now, not right now, but after we're done with this class, block in your calendar. I'm going to go through, and I'm going to spam every single email that I never want to see again, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And just in just a second. So we'll cover that at the end. But that's what you need to do is mark some time on your calendar. Go, I'm going to spend 30 minutes. And Paul, I know you and we used to set up labels for everything, right?
Yes.
I mean, I literally had over 300 labels. It was crazy. I'm like, this is insane. I have a search function.
Well, then your folders become hard to, you set up the folders to make it easy to find stuff, and then you get so many folders that your folders are what's confusing you.
Correct. I know. Labels, folders, like, why? So just archive it. I can always go back and find it. I've never been not be able to find something because of the search function. You can search a word inside an email, and it'll show you every email that has that word in it, right? So you have an email that had 123 test drive, and you're like, man, I got 17 people in this party because there's an estate sale, and I got lawyers and CPAs and financial planners and all that stuff, and like I want to see all the emails, and I know the subject had 123 test drive, and I can't find the email from that lawyer that told me that blah, blah, blah. You just put in search 123 test drive, boom, it's going to come up with everybody that's in that conversation. Pretty crazy stuff. All right, so how my inbox used to look. I used to literally have 6,000, literally thousands and thousands and thousands of emails in there. So the more mark all is red, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Here's how it looks today, and I'm going to show you here in just a second. We'll see how many emails I have during the first, the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of this class. We'll see how it is, okay? So to filter a message, click More, click Filter Messages like these. So you're going to check one of the boxes. Filter messages like these, or you can move it to labels like we talked about. You can put it on if you have labels that you want to put it on. Some people love folders or labels, so however you want to label it. Here's the cool part about this, and I'm just going to go live and show you this. I actually saved some stuff in my inbox that I wanted to share with you. So here's a couple emails that I have here. How many do I have in here? I have 10 in here this morning. So I saved these. These are my CE education classes that I have to do on October 24th, I think, like that. I don't even know what the date is. So
those are in your waiting folder. You can see they're in your waiting.
They're in my waiting folder. Now they're still in front of me. They're still visually there. And so all I did, and let me just show you this. Even I sold one of my old phones on eBay. So say I want to go. All right, I'm sending this to this person. I shipped out the phone. Now I'm waiting for him to confirm or her to confirm that she received my phone. Now all I'm going to do, see this waiting folder right here? I'm going to drag it over to this email right here. It's going to land on eBay, and I just know that it's going to be in my waiting folder. I'm going to clear my waiting folder every single Friday before I go home, and I'm going to just check these right here, and I'm going to get them out of my way, and I'm going to archive them. See the archive button? They're gone. They're gone out of my way, right? Done. Here's my trip that I just booked this morning. I'm waiting, right? I don't have to reply to anybody. I'm waiting because I don't want to lose that. That's in my reply folder. I'm gonna check it, throw it in my waiting folder, right? So that's how. And if I want, say that I replied to Paul, and or I have to do a little bit of work for Kevin, so I'm gonna put the reply folder on this one, and I'm gonna archive that. And I'm going to put that in reply. So I really quickly go through and go, I need to do a little work for Kevin. Of course, you open the email. So now in my reply folder, I have Kevin's email. In my waiting folder, I have my Travelocity. I have an email from Kurt applying for a virtual assistant. I have my eBay stuff, and I have my CE education. So this stuff is going to be there for a month, but it's always going to be there. And as soon as I'm done with it, all I do is check these couple boxes after I'm done with the CE course, and remove label, and it throws it into archive. Because remember, I've already archived it, but it's gone out of my waiting label, so I don't have to look at it anymore. Does that make sense? Any questions on that part?
No, but Jim King just gave us a little heads up on his knowledge with this. Jim King's great real estate agent posted a video the other day on the site in case anybody gets a chance to go check that out. You definitely want to on the private group. But Jim said if you drag the email to the label instead of vice versa, instead of the label to the email, if you drag the email to the label, it will label it and archive it all in one step.
Move one conversation. Boom.
All in one step.
Hey, Jim,
nice. Thanks, Jim, buddy.
See, that's the cool part about this group, like-minded people. You learn crazy stuff like that. That's one I did not know.
I love the mastermind part of this thing. It's just everybody exchanging ideas and sharing what they know. I love this stuff.
It's crazy. I learn more from you guys than probably you do from me. So that's the cool part about being around is I share everything I know and I've learned, and I hang around people now. I can actually share that with how many people. Like, you just spread the knowledge. So Jim King, I actually got to spend an hour with him there today. So I appreciate talking to you, brother. And
your girl Julie Reisner says, "Can you do that one more time? Show that one more time."
Yeah. So all you do is you take the email. So say, here's Travel. Thanks for booking with us. Come back and whatever to buy a hotel. So I say I want to put it in the waiting because I don't want to lose it. So I just grab the email, drag it over to the waiting, and boom, it's gone. So now what it did is it archived it. The conversation has been moved to waiting, which is right here. And then I wonder if I remove this, if I check that and remove label, where it goes. Let's see. It did not. So it archives it automatically and puts it in the waiting label. That's really cool.
Awesome sauce.
All right. So now I'm down to 2 emails, and I'm 30 seconds into it. So the hardest part for you guys, and I wish I could show you this, is if you have 5,000 emails here, this is the hardest part to do, is you click on this, you click all, and this little box is going to show up and says mark all 4,000 emails. You check that, and you click this archive button. You'll start with a fresh, clean slate, and then all you have to do is go up to right to here, and if I want to search Vicky Rice 3, or if I want to see this little drop-down box right here, I want to search everything to do with Vicky. So I'm going to open that up, Vicky Rice 3, and I want everything that has an attachment, and I click go for the last 1 day. I click go. Here's everything that Vicky has sent me with an attachment. Even other people that she sent attachments to still come up. So you see the attachment, only the attachments. See that? Pretty cool stuff. All right? So that's how you literally save so much time. I'm going to go back to this. So instead of, I should have these arrows going back the other way now, which I'm going to do next time. So we learned a very important lesson there. Thank you so much. All right. So if you want to move to, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here, but if you want to move it to one of these, you can if you have a bunch of folders that you want to create and have, maybe a buyer folder, seller folder, and you want to keep track of all your buyer emails and all that stuff, you can do that. You can have, again, I had 365 labels when I took this picture way back when, and it takes forever to delete them, so I just leave them there. I just don't use them anymore. Okay? All right. To compose, click compose, and this is I love this new thing about the compose. You can actually go to compose an email and say that you want to send somebody an email and you want to send it in response to something they sent a while back. You could actually search, compose, and still have everything going on here with your send, so you could respond to an email that maybe somebody else sent, but you want to send to somebody else instead of forwarding it. You just want to kind of make it your own. Or you can insert files using Google Drive, which is a new feature that they've added in the last, 2 months? So we'll have a class on Google Drive and all the documents on that later. So pretty neat there. Multiple email addresses. Check this out. So my primary Mother Hub email address, and I meet so many people that have 2, 3, 4 emails, and they got to log into Hotmail and AOL and Hotmail and all this stuff. So the cool part is I have, 15, 16 emails coming into one place because I've used different emails for marketing. With Gmail, when you sign up for one email, there's a little story behind this just about me. Scotty Budd is a radio show guy up in Grand Rapids, so everybody knows Scotty Budd. 23 is Michael Jordan, so that's my little hero. I love the guy, and who doesn't, right? Still one of the highest paid athletes out there, and he hasn't stepped a foot on the court in how long? If I was to put S.C.O.TTY Bud23@gmail.com, it would still come to me. So if you're opt into something and you want to see if that email is being sold or passed out, it's a great way when you opt into something to put a little something special in there. So if it comes back to you and you start getting spam emails, it'll come to this email address and you can track that stuff, okay? Just a kind of a cool way to do that. And you also get scottybud23@googlemail.com. So you get a bunch of different emails with just one sign up. And then here's another cool one. Some people use this, I don't, but scottybud23 plus whatever you want to say here. So say you could have salesagreement@gmail.com. So you could just kind of track your own emails coming in. So you could search for like say all your sales agreements because you added sales agreement to that email that you sent to yourself. So just a thought on that, on ways to use that. All right. Thanks to my wife, I'm actually showing you this. So yesterday, or over the weekend, she says, Scott, On my phone, I'm fine. I'm getting all my emails. All right. On my computer, I'm not so much. So I don't know if you knew about this, Paul. Have you ever, if you've had that problem where your phone is fine, you go to your computer and you're just not getting the emails? Here's how to fix it. So you click on this little gear on the right-hand side. You click Configure Inbox. Now Gmail come out with this, I think it was a month ago or so. They come out and they said, we're going to categorize everything for you how we think it should be. How about that? And we're not going to really tell you. We're going to tell you about it, but we're just going to do it. So here's what happens. You configure your inbox, and what they said was, well, we think we're getting a request from people that want to organize their emails in social media, promotions, updates, forums, and I think you can even, if you want to add labels, you can do that as well. So what she had checked and what Gmail automatically checks for you is these boxes. So what you want to do is, again, going back, click on the gear, configure inbox, and then uncheck these, and then you will get all of your emails in your inbox, okay? Now, if you want to organize them by social media, it's going to see your Facebook, it's going to put them there, and it's going to put promotions. If somebody tries to sell you something, it's going to see, it's got some algorithm that says, they're trying to get sold, so we're going to put it under promotions, updates, and forums, so whatever you want to do there. I just uncheck them, and I use the reply and the waiting label, okay? All right, so that's that. A couple cool features with Gmail that I use that are free of charge that help me create a professional signature is the Wise Stamp. WiseStamp.com. It's a free download. Just download it. It actually goes right to your Google. And let me just go live for that here. So it allows you to create and have a cool signature with your social media icons and stuff like that. So you'll notice that if I send this, it'll automatically put in here my name, and I can hyperlink it, and I can put in my business name, my phone number, and then my social media sites neatly attached here. If you want to put photos, you can do that. If you want to put a disclaimer, you can do that. Here's how this works. It gives you this little icon up here, and it's called Wise Stamp, and you just edit Wise Stamp right here. And this is just a free download. It automatically adds it to your Chrome. I use Chrome. I think it works in Firefox and all that stuff. But here's I can have a personal and a business, but it allows me to do, look at all this stuff I can put in my signature. So all that stuff is there. Here's my Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Twitter. There's all that stuff. And as you add them, it actually adds the little buttons to it, and then you just click Save and Exit. Pretty cool, right? If you want any email apps, here's a bunch of those. Here's some icons if you want those. You can change the design if you want to. This is all free until you get to a certain point. I don't know what that point is, but I don't pay anything. So I just wanted to share that with you. I think it's a really cool thing to do. What you do want to do once you set up Wise Stamp is you want to turn off your email inside your signatures inside Gmail. So what you want to do here is click the gear, and then where it goes to is General. Just scroll down and put no signatures. Otherwise, you'd have two signatures in there. Okay. And if you need any help with this, just say, hey, Scott, you ran over something about Gmail and signatures. What was that again? Just do that on the private Facebook group, and I'll give you that group at the end of this class here. But it's facebook.com/groups/agent mastermind, and that's where we all hang out. Approaching 1,700. Can you believe that, Paul? Got a nice little family going on.
Nice.
All right. Here's one of the things is a lot of people go, you know what, Scott, I cannot stand the conversation view. And when I say conversation view, let me just give you an idea of what that is. So when Vicki sends me emails, and we send, see how it says by this one 9, 7, 3, 2, 6, 4. These are emails going back and forth. So instead of having one email going out, one email coming back in, a lot of people like Outlook, like I send an email, it's just by itself. I get an email back, it's just by itself. There's no, the email that I sent out is maybe part of it, but it doesn't group them together. If you absolutely, and trust me on this, what you need to do is give it like a week using the conversation view and then turn it off. You're going to go, man, I got to turn this back on. So let me just show you how, if you absolutely positively cannot deal with the conversation view, here's what it does, is it actually takes the subject of the email and groups it together by the subject. So you can always change the subject, which like breaks the chain. So if I was to go into this one right here and break the chain of the subject and send it back, it would start a new group of emails. Does that make sense? So it's always the subject line. So if you want to turn that off, click on the gear, settings, and then under your settings tab, I don't know why it's taking so long. Still there, Paul? Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Right here. You know what's funny? When I first started using Gmail, this was not an option. I'm like, man, it'd be, because I was coming from Outlook over to Gmail, and I'm like, God, it would be so nice if they could just turn that off. You know, how hard would that be? So under General, here it is: Conversation View on, Conversation View off. So if I turn that thing off, I would, those 9 emails that are all one email would go to 9 different emails. It would spread my inbox out like nobody's business. All right? Cool. Okay, your task. Say you have a task, like I don't know if you use a task list or not, but the cool part about Gmail is like you check the box, click more, and you want to add an email to a task. You can do that, and then it puts it in your little task box opens up, and here it is. I can now have a task list of stuff that I got to check off and do. Boom, it's right there. Pretty cool. And Gmail gives you a nice mobile app for the task that you have, whether it's iPhone or a Droid. It'll let you view your task on your phone. So you can use one system in the clouds, attached to your email, attached to where you communicate with everybody, which is your phone. You can have everything in one place instead of using different systems for this and different systems for that. It's just all in one place. All right? Pretty cool. Reportive, my other favorite thing. This is so cool. So what Reportive is, and again, this is free. This, we talk about database and building database. Robert Gall a couple weeks ago talked about 3 things: lead generation, database management, prospecting, presentation skills, follow-up system, and closing skills. Well, how do you know if you're connected with somebody that you're getting and sending emails from? Reportive shows you if you're connected with them on Facebook, LinkedIn, Skype, right here, and it shows the last conversation you had with them. So really quickly, when you get an email, you're like, God, what were we talking about? Boom, it's going to be right there, and it's going to show you whether you're connected or not with them on Facebook. Check this out. So if I go to an email, and I'm going to just close that out, and Jill, looks like Jill's having a hard time getting in class. So over on the right, it's looking up Jill, and it shows. If I sign into LinkedIn, it'll show me, and if I sign into Facebook, it'll show me there, and Google+. So it'll show me if I'm connected or not once I sign in, and once I do, it stays signed in, and it'll tell me right here whether I'm connected or not, and then it'll just let me connect or engage or however I want to do with this person right here in my inbox, so I never have to leave. Is that cool? So talk about building a database, but also, okay, I have them in my email, but now I like this. Open this one. It says link seminar. Okay, here this one. So I just got to log in. But you guys kind of get the idea. This is pretty cool. So instead of going to Facebook and going, okay, how do I find them? It automatically looks for their Facebook. It automatically looks for their LinkedIn, and boom, it's done. Pretty neat. So Reportive, just Google Reportive and then add Reportive to Gmail, and it just adds it for you. Now, if you use Chrome, I'm a big Chrome freak. To find out if these apps are on or off, if you click on this little thing up here in Chrome, this is outside of Gmail, click on Settings, and then under here it shows Extensions, and you'll notice I have Boomerang for Gmail, and down here you'll see that I have Hootsuite in there. Speed dials are one of my favorites. Here's Y-Stamp, so if I want to enable it or disable it, it's right there. And then where is Reportive? Here's nope, Reportive is right there. Enable, there it is. All right. Cool stuff. Okay. Are you connected? So it shows if you're connected. Here's what it looks like, and I took a picture of this Mike guy that I was emailing. It shows tweets, shows if I'm connected on Facebook, and shows if I'm connected on LinkedIn, which I think is really huge, especially when you're trying to build relationships. You got a new buyer that emails you or a seller that emails you. I mean, it automatically looks for their Facebook, which is way cool because it's usually tied to their email, and that's how it lets you know where their Facebook is. So you can instantly connect with them on Facebook, build a relationship, and start sending them private messages back and forth. All right? Very, very important there. Follow-up is everything. Okay, the hardest part, this is the hardest part by far, is when do you do this? Like, and there's no right or wrong answer, but, you know, Paul, you brought up a good point if you want to cover it. It's like, you know, what not to do first thing in the morning. And is to open your email, because a lot of times it'll just literally blow up your day. What I would recommend is
the first thing you do in the morning should always, the reality is it sets the tone for how our day is going to go. If we have something that is some sort of adversity, some sort of negative something, and the email is where those things are typically delivered. A negative something is typically coming from our inbox. So if we start our day with something negative, it sets the tone for the rest of the day. So even if we have the best intentions of implementing a certain strategy or have these intentions of doing great things, our mindset is not in the same place because we're so concerned, or our tone has been set in such a negative way. So in the reverse of that, like what you've got here, do your highest leverage work during that 9 to 10, 11 time, and then check your email. Be proactive on your business first. Being proactive on your business, that sets a very different mindset. It sets the tone in a very different manner, because what you're doing is you're doing positive things for yourself, positive things for your business, and your mindset is different, so that when you do get that email and there is an issue in your email later on, it's much easier for you to overcome or to handle those issues, because your mindset is very different. You're more positive thinking.
Correct. So whatever schedule you set up, what you need to do is put it in your calendar, and then just try really, really hard. Trust me, it's the hardest thing to do, is to not look at your inbox, because, it's kind of funny. Carl, my buddy, partner, he did a video with his wife standing up by the mailbox, opening the email just over and over and over and over again. And it's just funny to think about. We're doing the same thing, whether it's on computer or whether it's on email. It's just, it's clicking the button, refresh. It's so funny. It's almost like a habit that just you don't even have to think about it. Your finger does it automatically. It's just crazy. It's kind of funny, right, when you think about it? But it's just breaking that chain, breaking that habit, and going, okay, to be successful, I need to have money-making activities on a daily basis. I can't be in my email. I can't be in my Facebook. I can't be in all these places at the same time all day. And if you are, you feel like you did something. You feel like you connected, engaged, interacted. But there's no money-making activities that's truly getting you to the closing table. And that's what we're trying to focus on, is freeing up some of this time, focusing on prospecting and calling your past database and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So one little strategy that I want to share with you, Paul, is I'm going to add it right to this, because I am actually finished, and then we can answer questions. So I'm going to share something with you, and I call it the lottery ticket, okay? And some of you might have heard this already, and I think it is the coolest idea on planet Earth, lottery ticket, okay? And I'm just going to get rid of this stupid design because I hate it. But lottery ticket. What if, hey, Paul, let me ask you this. How much is and I know Trish is going to laugh when I say this, how much is $1 lottery ticket?
$2?
Yeah. So it's $1, okay?
It's $1. It's a buck.
It's a buck, yeah. So what if I had, how much is it going to cost me to buy 200 lottery tickets?
$200.
$200. Woo!
I am good at math, man. I told you, hanging around some of these loan officers, I'm starting to pick up some math skills.
We went to different schools together, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay. So 200 lottery tickets cost you $200. All right. So I have 200 people in my database, and I want to send them a lottery ticket. And here's how it goes. Hey, so you're going to do a handwritten postcard. You're going to buy a lottery ticket for each one of your past clients, whether it's 1,000, I don't care what it is. And tell me right now, look at me in the internet eyes and tell me that if you sent 200 lottery tickets out to 200 separate people and you said this. Hey, Paul. Hey, man, I was just at the party store the other day, and I was thinking about you, and, man, it was so cool working with you guys. And I just thought I'd try to buy you some luck. I hope you win this $1,000 a week for life. Right? Send a handwritten postcard with the lottery ticket in it. You call them in 3 days, and you go, Paul, hey, Paul, did you win?
Huh. That's a reason. It's a reason. Wow.
Did you win? You go, no. Usually they go, win what? Well, I sent you a lottery ticket, man. I was just at the party store the other day, and I was thinking about you guys. And hey, how's it? And then you talk. If you haven't heard of this, you talk frog. Okay.
Family, recreation, occupation, goals.
Recreation.
That's genius, Scotty.
occupation, goals. So here it goes. Hey, Paul. So, man, I just got to ask you, how's the family doing, man?
It's
family doing good?
Yeah, everybody's good, man. I appreciate that. Yep.
Awesome.
So, little man's in high school already.
You guys go anywhere fun over the summer?
Yeah, we did a little something in the whitewater rafting.
Awesome, man. Where was that at? Holy shit, that sounds fun.
Going up to North Carolina, the Nantahala, North Carolina.
Oh my God, that's a beautiful place. I've never been there, but man, I got a couple of friends up there that tell me Ralphie Boy's over by Tennessee, and man, it's just an awesome place. So how's the job going, man? I mean, you still at the same place?
Yeah, yep. Still doing the same thing, working hard, trying to make a living out of it. What about you? Are you still in the same place?
Man, and
see how that works, guys? See how that works, guys?
Great question. Yeah.
You get to that point, and that's exactly how it happened. I want the conversation to be two-sided. I feel like, well, you're asking me all these cool questions. Let's make it two-sided, and that's the way it will happen. What about you? Are you still doing the mortgage thing? That's what you were doing, right? You still do the mortgage stuff.
Dude, it's been so much fun. Yeah, I tell you, there's nothing better than helping people get into homes, or if they're looking to sell a home, I get to, be with them on both sides, selling and buying a new one. It's just exciting times, and I'm sure you know what it's like raising your family in the home. It's just a lot of memories there and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So, Hey man, I know you're busy, and I don't want to take your time. I was thinking about you saying that lotto ticket, and sorry you didn't win. Hey, I'll try it again in a couple of months and see if we have better luck. But hey, do me a favor, Paul. Hey, don't keep me a secret, okay? So if you hear your friends, family, coworkers looking to buy a home or sell a home, man, I'm here for you, okay? I'll treat them just like I treated you.
You got it, man. I appreciate the call, and take care.
Cool. So what are you going to do with your 30 minutes that I just freed up out of your inbox? Because here's the challenge, guys, is you need to start fresh someday, some way. So here's what I'm going to ask. And this is the toughest part right now, right here, right now, is you're going to have to go in there and you're going to have to start fresh. I'm actually going to click all and archive everything. All right? That's how you start over. You're going to go in and create a reply label, a waiting label, and of course you're going to start putting them. I mean, and whatever you call them, I don't care how you do it. Whether it's 5 labels, 10 labels, whatever it is, just some way, shape, or form, get organized with your inbox. Because I don't want you in your inbox. Because I don't know of anybody that makes money out of an inbox, it being there 2-3 hours a day. Yes, you get sales contracts in. The work was done before that. Yes, you meet with people. The work was done before that. I mean, so all the stuff that you do is not in your inbox. So I don't want you to be there. I want you to be on the phone talking to people. Use the lottery ticket strategy to call the people. Talk frog with them, family, recreation, occupation, and goals. Real easy. You can use frog anytime, any place, anywhere. It works, and it opens the conversation, like Paul said, of what you're doing and what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm still in the business, okay? So any questions out there, brother?
A ton of them. First and foremost, the main question we're getting, guys, we realize that with Gmail and this kind of stuff, there's a little bit of technical stuff to it, some buttons to push. Yes, you can get access to today's PowerPoint presentation, and yes, we did record today's presentation. All you've got to do to get access today is just contact the loan professional who invited you here. They'll get you set up with the recording as well as the presentation materials, and a lot of them are probably using this stuff already and can help you implement this strategy. That's the main question. So, yes, we are recording. Yes, to get access, just contact the loan professional who invited you.
Yeah.
Scotty, another big question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me go find this really quick. Let me go find the Outlook habit. It's going to be tough. You just have to. I mean, I did it. If I can do it,
how do I kick the Outlook habit? I like that. I like the way he termed that.
I love the way he termed that. So let me go in. I actually have a link for you guys to show you how to export stuff out of there. So let me just search really quick here.
That seems to be the main question being asked, Scotty, is how do I, other email addresses, how do I forward them all to go into my one Gmail account? So that's another big one.
Okay, cool. What I'll do is export.
And Faye says Internet Explorer is a bad browser to use with Gmail. Suggest using Chrome. Faye, I got to tell you, I suggest using any other browser than Internet Explorer for any reason at any time. Not just for Gmail, but for any reason at any time. I just don't. I'm not a fan of the way that Internet Explorer displays pages. It takes too long. Plus, I know that if I go to a page that I've been to before, if I haven't cleared my cookies and cache, and that page is updated its site, I don't get the new information. So, yep, I'm a Chrome guy. I usually pretty much exclusively use Chrome. There are some sites that I find work better on Firefox, but I don't even have Internet Explorer on my computer, to be honest with you.
Good choice. Yeah, good choice. All right, so here is this will show you exporting contacts. It's right at the bottom of the screen here, budhero.com/exporting contacts, and this is what's going to come up. Let me just show you. Exporting. I did this. I found this the last time I did. So exporting contacts from Yahoo, Gmail accounts, contacts, Outlook 2 through 7. So, I'm sure I could find the exporting from 2010, but this will help you with whatever you're using. Now, here's a cool part about this. If you click on Settings over on the right-hand side, this is to pull an email in from anywhere. This is how you would do it. So if you want to pull an email in like a professional business email, you probably have to get some help from your company. But what you want to do is accounts and filters or forwarding and POP. So if you want to pull it in by the POP and IMAP, you can do that. Accounts is where you send email from. Forwarding and POP is like, here's your POP. So you want to add a POP download. So if you look down here, add forwarding address is there. And then here's enable IMAP. And then you can configure instructions. Here's your configure instructions for Outlook, Endura, Netscape. There's the instructions right there. So that would be a great way, enable POP for all email. So you can kind of go from right there and learn more. You can do the POP download right there and kind of take that approach to it. All right. Now, there's a really cool way to, like right down here, if you click on accounts and you want to add a professional email, here's the add POP mail account on your own. And if you add it through GoDaddy or Bluehost or wherever the email's posted, you just have to know what the POP account is. For example, let me just click on this. It's hard to show you. I don't know how I would show you, but as you enter the information, you just need to have that information to enter it as in it. Gmail does it for you like automatically. It's really super simple. You just got to have the information. So what you're going to want to find is your POP3 information. And that'll allow you to add it right into your Gmail account so you can send and receive from that email. Now, once you get that email in here, see this where it says, see, I can send from all these emails. So you just make whichever one you want your default email. You just click Edit Info or click Make Default. So that's just, it's just that easy. I know I say that's that easy, but it's going to take you a little bit of help. If you post on there, we'll do some videos if you have questions, and then we'll do short little 1-minute clips on how to do this or how to do that. Just go to the group and do that. So here's what we're doing. I'm going to do one more slide here, and we're going to let you go. So you're going to post on, it's facebook.com, book.com/groups/agent mastermind. If you're a new member joining us for the first time today, then you want to go join us there. You just got to request to join, and we will of course let you in. And what I want you to do is let me know if you're going to clear, if you've already done it or you cleared and archived everything. Remember, you can search for anything. You're not going to lose anything, but start fresh. I'm telling you, if you look at your inbox and there's only 3 emails there, there's not a whole lot you can do. There's nothing you can do. You can take care of the 3 emails, and then you're off and running doing money-making activities. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever done. But I tell you, man, it's so, oh, my God, Paul, isn't it nice?
It's worthwhile. It really is, because not only are you talking about saving yourself a ton of time in your day, but you're freeing up activity to, let's face it, guys, the email, getting in your email, checking your email 5-6 times an hour, 2-3 times, looking for that one email, that's not your high-dollar activity. Figuring out ways to eliminate some of that time that you spend in the email so that you can focus on those high-dollar activities. You can do another showing in a week, by saving 30 minutes a day. You can, all these things add up.
Doug's going to 0. So people are saying, I'm going to 0. Doug's going to 0. Steve's
Attaboy, Doug.
So in setting up pop accounts, it comes as xyz.com. It does. So like I have scott@us.com, Scott at Agent Mastermind. I mean, there's a bunch of different things I can send and receive that.
You can even dictate how it sends and receive. You can have some, Gmail is a lot more robust than just what we showed here today. There's ways to even set it up. You can have them come into an email address, and then everything you sent out is a completely different email address. You can have it go to a specific domain name that you've got set up. You can have it go, every message that comes in gets forwarded to another account if you've got one main account. The main thing is figure out ways to save yourself time. Figure out ways to get yourself out of that inbox and back out to doing what we do.
Here's a good question. So Robert says, how do you clean up duplicate emails and contacts when exporting from Outlook to Gmail? What I would do is I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, when you do an export into Gmail,
so
Gmail will...
Check this out. So
you're going to show...
Let me just show you really quick. Is you go to Gmail, click on Contacts, and then inside Contacts, there's a little thing that says
Merge and Duplicate.
Find and merge duplicates. So you find and merge duplicates, and I need to do this every once in a while because it puts people together. And it says, we found 217 contacts with duplicate data. So I'm going to merge, and it's going to clean up all that stuff the best that it can. All right? And that's it. So I would export and import everything you can into your Gmail from wherever it's coming from and not worry about it. It's all good. All righty? Guys, Paul,
Scotty.
Awesome class.
Appreciate it. Again, those of you asking
questions?
No, just those asking. I'm getting a couple of more emails. Two things, Scotty. If you could throw up that Bud URL one more time of where the Bud URL you created. There it is, exporting contacts, budurl.com, exporting contacts. And again, if you'd like a copy of today's webinar or the PowerPoint, just contact the loan professional who invited you today. They'll get you set up with the recording and the presentation materials.
Alrighty, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us for the largest online real estate training in the nation, and we look forward to seeing you right here next week. Again, join us on the Facebook group. We'll have the invites out. You should be getting the invites by Saturday, Monday at the latest from your LOs that will invite you to the next class. Make sure to check in. Make sure to see what the topic is, and of course, if you want the recording from the last 8 weeks, get with the loan professional that sent you here. There's some amazing classes that I've actually personally implemented from Robert Gowell on the 6 core values of running a successful real estate business that I'm taking to heart and I'm actually helping people with, so it's a good thing, and I would highly recommend working with your loan professional on that as well. So appreciate you guys. Paul, see you in 2 days, brother.
Brother, I'm excited to see you, man. Looking forward to hanging out with you.
All right, buddy. See you next week, man.
See you, bud.
Bye-bye.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected.